And hello there, YouTubers. It is Collected Tooth 5 back here, and I'm going to be talking about the top science TV shows. Now, uh, I will be giving you a list of the science TV shows that I particularly love, and some honorable mentions that I suggest you watching. I suggest you watching all of these, just at least one episode of all these. They're amazing, and I'll explain why. So let me just get started with the first one. First one is Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. This is just well written. It's well edited, well researched. There's many experts. It's easy to follow. It's extremely brain throbbing because the ideas that they give you is amazing. It's just unheard of. The best scientists in the world come together to make up these ideas. It's just amazing. A lot of it's theoretical, but it's still great. And it's just an amazing show. They talk about time travel, wormholes, parallel universes, stuff like that. The quantum physics too. I mean, that's like a lot of people call that pseudoscience, unfortunately, because I don't think it is. I mean, it's still a theory of quantum mechanics, but it might become a law soon. Anyways, so about that, that's pretty good. They talk about aliens, stuff like that. It's just a great show, well put together, and of course Morgan Freeman, the voice of God. Anyways, now the next one, How We Came to Now. This is a PBS show. It's great. It's a historical science. How We Came to Now, as the title suggests, is they follow inventions that cause chain reactions of of epic proportions that cause well even more chain reactions, which will lead up to which ties into today's world. That's just the way they put that together is amazing, and it's not one invention that they follow. It's a series of events to perform a goal, like making stuff colder or making stuff uh like time or refrigerating things or irrigation, stuff like that. It's just amazing. It's a great show. They're still making it. I just can't say enough about it. It's well edited, and it's more of a circle show, but it's great. It's the narration also. I must admit the narration about that is probably one of the best. And I recommend you seeing it. It's just a great show. Now, next one, number three. How the Universe Works with Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, a very well-known name in science. He basically put this together. He brought the team together, and this is the main rival to Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. It's almost, well, not almost. They are probably around the same. They're both really good. They're pretty much the same when it comes to how well they're written, how well they're put together, how similar they are, and how they're edited. They're easy to follow. You've got similar experts in both shows. Actually, I actually think they might have the same experts in both shows. They talk about the same stuff: space, time, the theory of relativity. Which it is Stephen Hawking, so he will be talking about the theory of relativity. So that's not really, you can't talk about Stephen Hawking and not the theory of relativity, because that would be a sin in the science world. Anyways, brain throbbing, as I said again. The ideas there are just, they cause brainstorms. Anyways, so that is pretty good. The next one I will be talking about is Nova, making stuff with David Pogue. David Pogue, you may have heard of him before. He is not as well known in the science community, but he is. I mean, he's more of an entertainer than anything. It's a pretty funny show. It's for those of you who aren't advanced enough to watch Through the Wormhole or How the Universe Works, but for those of you who are advanced, you should still watch it because it is a great show. It's extremely scientific. It makes anything seem possible. It focuses on the future more than anything else. I mean, they're talking about electricity through photosynthesis, plates, glass plates that cause photosynthesis and creating electric currents on the side of buildings. So that's just one example of what they're doing, and it's crazy. I mean, they talk about quantum computers. I will probably do another episode of quantum mechanics. So if you don't know what a quantum computer is, well, don't worry. Just watch that episode, or just watch the episode of making stuff smarter with David Pogue. That's the one, making stuff smarter. Anyways, uh, What's next? The next one, this is very well known. It's TED, Technology, Entertainment, Design. I happen to be fortunate enough to be a member of TED, and I have been to a couple of the TED Talks, the TED X. I've been to the great one. They're great. Uh, their their slogan is "Ideas worth sweating," and that's basically it. Ideas worth spreading. People come from all over the world to come to this fair, not a fair, to this uh exposition to to well display their ideas, their amazing ideas. Um, they're world famous. They're India, Shanghai, anywhere, just everywhere. They're all over the place. Uh, I think they have like a million members already. It's great. They've got podcasts, YouTube channels. They're on Netflix. It's just amazing. Inventions, ideas, entertainment. It's all there. So I believe if you are going to become serious in science fiction community, you should just become a member of TED Talks. Just listen to the podcast. It'll really open up your minds. It'll make you believe everything's possible. Now the great thing about TED Talks is that it is sponsored and a lot of what's it called? What? I can't read it. Okay, a lot of investors come to TED Talks to invest in their ideas to make a business because it is a capitalist country after all, and so that makes it even better because you know the ideas are going to last through the businesses. Now, let's see what's next. Now we're going to my honorable mentions. These are just great shows that you should watch. You know, I don't recommend you watching all of these unless you want to. I mean, I don't want you to like I don't want you to get hooked on something that's not really something you should get hooked on. Actually, before I do honorable mentions, there's one more thing I have to say is Ancient Aliens. Now, it's like the meme with the guy with the crazy hair. It's like, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. That guy, yeah, he's in it. Most of you will probably think I'm crazy for, believing that stuff. I don't actually believe it. I do believe some of it, and it really opens your eyes. But the reason I want you to watch this is that even though it may seem very, very far-fetched, it's extremely well put together. It's well eye-opening. It'll sway you probably towards the alien way, and well, I mean, it makes anything seem possible. It shows you the past, now, and the future, and it's just it's good. It's just make sure. One more thing, just when you're watching this shows, and especially Ancient Aliens, just keep an open mind, please. Just keep an open mind doing that. It's easier to keep an open mind and pick with the idea than to just reject everything first. I just make sure to tend to grasp the ideas and then become a skeptic of them later on. You just do what you want, but just think about it first and see if it makes sense and don't just get rid of the idea right away. Look at all the options basically. Now, my honorable mentions, first of all, is how it's made, which is, well, how stuff is made. They go to factories and show you how stuff is made. That's pretty good. It's fun to watch. One is NASA's Unexplained Files, which is NASA's Unexplained Files. That's basically it. It's like what the title says. It's NASA's Unexplained Files. It's a great show. It's pretty good. We talk about aliens, spacecraft, conspiracy theories, just like stuff like that. Another thing is what on Earth? They take satellite photos, mysterious satellite photos, and well, they basically pick apart what they think it is. And there are some pretty mysterious satellite photos that will make you really think, and you might stay up at night thinking about those. But yeah, it's an eye opener. It's great, great shows, and they're mysterious. They're very well explained. There's more scientific shows, which is through the wormhole and how the universe works, and especially what's it called, making stuff with David Pogue. And there's stuff that's a little bit off, that's a little bit more pseudo sciencey, like Ancient Aliens. Now, I don't believe in the stuff that ancient. No, I don't believe that Ancient Aliens didn't happen. It's just there's so much evidence where it's hard for me to believe it's a coincidence. So if you want to see my opinions of aliens, I did an episode about aliens, so you can watch that. It'll be a link in the description below. And that's basically it. That's all I have to really say. I hope you like this episode of Collective Truth 5. Please hit like, subscribe for more, and I'll be uploading a lot more of these. This is more of a mix between my science and my movies, so that's pretty good. Please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next episode.